we've got an all-time story that is going around NBA Twitter and online. I asked Hank to dig into it to explain it to us, and then Billy as a backup in case he gets lost. Hank, the floor is yours.
All right, so I'll try and set it up a little bit first. Dell and Sonia got divorced a little while ago.
Currys, these are the Currys.
This is the Currys, Stephen and Seth's parents.
Right, who everyone, they were, for the Warriors' stretch of championships, they were front and center for all of them.
According to Robert Little, Black Sports Online, allegedly...
One of my favorite journalists.
Correct.
That's not even, there's no sarcasm in that.
Allegedly, Dell was suspicious this was happening and hired a private investigator and basically found out that she was cheating on him with this guy named Steven Johnson, who was one of Dell's friends from Virginia Tech. They both went to Virginia Tech at the same time. He was a family friend. I guess he would go with them to Seth's game at Duke.
Okay.
So that was what, according to Robert Little, inspired the divorce. Sonia says that they had already been split up and it only started after. So it's a little bit of a he said, she said.
Sounds like this happened right when they were spending a lot of time around Coach K.
Ooh, bad influence.
Yeah.
But then on Friday at the Celtics game, Dell was there with Steven Johnson's ex-wife.
And he's dating her.
He brought her to the game. So clearly he was that was just purely out of spite by Dell, just straight up, just an absolute spite move.
That's great.
Maybe it's a swinger situation, but I feel like it's more like a revenge and just, even if they were dating, to bring her to the game to be seen publicly.
And everyone's hey, wait a second.
Right.
That's that guy's ex-wife.
What you were doing. You were trying to be messy. You were trying to be toxic. Hopefully it's a big distraction for Steph. I can't imagine trying to play in the NBA Finals and dealing with that kind of press. But it's a wild story because at first people shared the screenshots and said, oh, it looks like, as a joke basically, it looks like they switched, partners.
No, it's how you defend against
and then
Steph
hours
Curry.
later it came out no, they actually did.
They switched on the pick and roll instead of coming under.
Right.
Billy?
My take, it's just a swapsies.
Swapsies.
Now, temporary swapsies?
What's the difference between a swapsies and a swingsies?
Why would you do a swapsies and get a divorce?
Yeah.
Well, there's a
that
swap.
Seems like a permanent swapsies.
Well, that's the difference between a swingsies and a swapsies.
A swingsies is staying married. A swapsies is...
Swingsies is we had an understanding.
Right.
Swapsies is what the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is, I'm looking it up right now.
He was a Patriots tight end. He started 3 games for the Patriots his rookie year, recorded 1 catch for 5 yards, and then got a knee injury.
So is this guy a Boston sports icon that's trying to bring down the Warriors? Very classy of him.
Inside job.
Interesting. This is similar. The story, I just looked it up. 1970 Yankees, Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich.
Oh, yeah.
Swapped wives for an entire season and then made it official.
You've heard of this, Billy?
Yeah, they went on vacation together
and they swapped wives.
It is
a very I didn't know the names. Yeah. It was a very famous story though. Hold on,
that's the 70s though.
They went on vacation together and they're like, oh, we actually like each other better than the OGs.
Taking a season off, taking a gap year in your marriage.
Yeah, no. It was both men and their families lived close to each other in New Jersey and had frequently gotten their families together since the 1969 season when Kekich had joined the team. It just happened. It wasn't planned, said Peterson. Although the announcement was made in March of 73, the conversation started at a party Maury Allen was throwing in summer of 72. At some point during the summer, the arrangement was called off for a week. Both pitchers returned to their wives and settled back into their lives, but Peterson just wasn't happy. I told Marilyn I just have Suzanne and Marilyn I have to have Suzanne, and Marilyn said she was in love with Mike. And then they swapped.
That's interesting.
Teammates.
I got to think, if Del Curry ends up marrying this lady and Sonia ends up marrying this guy, you got to go on vacations as families again, right?
Yeah.
You got to run it back. It sounds like you guys had a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get along well as a double couple.
There is an element, though, that they might just be family friends and were just near each other when the pictures were taken. They're not actually together. That's the rational thing. I
don't like that. I don't like this, Billy, where you're trying to talk us out of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Just egg us on, please, Billy.
So, by the way, I'm reading the rest of this. So as always with this, and this is probably going to happen exactly in this one too. Mike and Marilyn broke up, and then Fritz and Suzanne ended up. They're still together to this day.
Oh, that's nice.
So that will be like, I would imagine Sonia and her man are probably going to stay together, and then Dell's going to be like, okay,
Dell's going to play the field a little bit.
yeah, this was, this swapsies was good for a minute, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it goes the other way.
But remember when
What does it say about Steph's legacy though? That his parents are
His legacy's on the line.
Parents-
Well, imagine though.
his parents don't have a ring either.
But yeah, imagine if he does all this and beats the Celtics by himself while his parents are doing a swapsies.
Remember when Dell showed up to the game with like 4 women?
Yeah,
Remember that? They were,
Yeah.
like,
The old DK.
Scantily
Also,
clad.
I got to be honest with you guys. I'm having a little bit of a cell phone moment here when we keep saying Adele. When you said like, and then Dell, and then Adele, and I just keep thinking of Adele, the singer.
Dell and Adele.
Yeah, and Adele.
Rich
They
Paul.
could hook up.
Yeah. What?
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul and Adele. So
This
they're
go-
hooking up.
Maybe
now.
he's connected
This
somehow.
goes deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Del Curry and Rich Paul.
What about Elena Deladon? Is
Whoa.
she involved?
Deladova.
Matthew
Nice.
Deli
Yeah.
Deli might be
I was
involved.
The Steph stopper
We're at the point of
That's
the podcast.
true.
We're just naming
That's true.
names.
Deli shut him down.
for like half of one game.
Yeah.
And then Dellavedova needed to go to the hospital because his body was.
Yeah, because he had to
shocked.
get IVs. Deli's NBA career is very strikingly similar to Dan Dockich's NCAA career.
Yeah, he had one half of great defense, and then he had to sit in an ice bath for 4 weeks.
It was a hell of a half of defense.
was a
though,
hell
to
of a
Deli's
half of
credit.
defense.
And then Deli got like $30 million from the Bucks. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.